Everybody, welcome back. Got up at 4:30 this morning to go out and spread that pile of lime. So unfortunately we got 2 piles of lime left out in the paddock, so that was one of them. That's gone now. The reason that it hadn't been spread until now was because I had to spray that paddock and I didn't want to cover all the weeds with lime before I got the opportunity to go and spray it, because I thought if I try and spray it after I've spread it, I probably will do a very poor job. So we got up this morning, we beat the wind. It's supposed to be pretty windy again today, and then I've shifted everything over into the quarry paddock, or that paddock that I've got a prickle chain that I was in last episode. So got the spreader, the prickle chain over there. Hopefully we'll get the tractor over there this afternoon. I'm going to head up now to the tractor. We're going to have a play around with that bar, because that wasn't really sitting very level. I assume we've got some air in the system somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the depth control cable off, and then I'm going to cycle the hydraulics fully each way and see if I can get those cylinders primed up properly and sitting nice and evenly. But yeah, we'll see how we go. That's all I can really think. You know, I've had both those cylinders off, so the fact that it would have a bit of air in there makes sense to me. So we'll just we'll see what happens. Tell you guys what, it is really not warm out here at the moment. It was forecast to be 2 degrees this morning. I don't think it got that cold, but I tell you what, that wind's picked up now and it is very cold. So I'll try and get this cable up out the way, because the way this works is it pushes up like that and it cuts the hydraulics off. If I can get that out of the way, then I should be able to cycle the hydraulics all the way, both ways, which is what I don't really think I could, well, I don't think that's what was happening before. So we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. I mean, looking at that, that tells me that hydraulic cylinder has either leaked down overnight severely, or it's got a whole lot of air in it somewhere, because it shouldn't collapse like that. You can see it in and in. So anyway, hopefully this will be an easy fix. So the guys at the dealership just told me after I replace these anyway, all you really got to do is hold the hydraulics down in either direction, and that just flows the hydraulic oil through the cylinders and it should sort of bleed any air out of it. So I don't know that I did a very good job with the cylinders retracted when the bar was down, because it was probably hitting the depth control thing, and when it hits that it would be cutting off all the hydraulic flow. So we'll just cycle it a few times now that I got that depth control out of the way, and hopefully we can get it going good. Well, they all look like they were phasing pretty well when I was going up and down there at the end, and I was getting a little bit of sinkage before when I'd lift the bar all the way up. Doesn't seem to be doing that now, so hopefully we've primed this up nice and good. And we'll get that depth cable back on, and there's nothing left to do but really try it out. But I'm pretty confident that that should have sorted it out. And that's what I like, nice simple fixes. Or maybe just do the job right the first time, eh? Alright, everything seems to be working as it should, so we'll give this a bit of a test run now, and then I've got to run to town at 11 to do a couple of things, and after that hopefully we can just rip into it and get this 30 hectares here done. And we'll call the first paddock of the year done then. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I'm not necessarily convinced that I've actually achieved anything here, so yeah, we'll give it a go. Get in there, you dog. Breathe. Breathe. Now, I like to think of myself as a pretty easygoing, pretty understanding character, but holy buckets, holy buckets. Oh man, that what I've thrown in the back there is the old hydraulic cylinder for the bar, one of them that was leaking oil everywhere. I'm going up to fit that to the bar right now, because the new one I put on there, believe it or not, is actually the wrong part number. So this will now be the fourth attempt they have had at trying to get me the right cylinder for that side. First time I was filming, I went over there, they got me a wing lift cylinder. The second time I rang up, like they tried to correct the order and get me the right part. I rang up after a couple of weeks, said, where's that cylinder? This is all the way back in March. And they said, oh yeah, sorry, we actually forgot to order that. So that was the second attempt. The third attempt is the cylinder that's on there now. Every single one of those hydraulic cylinders across that bar has a different part number. It only changes by 1 digit on the end, but because I assume the oil flows, it's like a in series system, the way the oil flows through the cylinders, if I can spit that out. So basically that cylinder there now is for the other side of the center part of the frame. It's not for the right hand side, so the oil is not going to flow through it properly, and therefore it's not going to lift up and lower correctly. And that's exactly right, it's holding up. It's sitting an inch or so higher than the rest of the bar. Those tines aren't going in the dirt properly, so right now I'm going to put the old one back on there. It's going to leak everywhere and make a mess, but it's go time. It's the solution that I have at the moment. We'll get it on, and they're going to express order a new one over. Hopefully they get it right this time, and they're going to drop it out to me in a couple of days, hopefully. But it's go time. We got to go, so we're going to put this cylinder on and get going. So basically, if you want to rewind, after that last clip I tried the bar out and I immediately noticed that it was probably worse, if anything, and I just thought something is not right here. What is going on? So I rang the mechanics, and they steered me in the right direction here, I think. So anyway, let's get this thing changed. That went well for me, didn't it? Well, let's give this thing another go now and see how we go. Well, I think so far it's looking $1 million. It's looking way better than what it was, but we'll get out and have a scratch around in a minute and see how everything's looking. Amazing what having the right hydraulic cylinder will do for you. It looks absolutely great now. So all that stuffing around yesterday, what a waste. Well, we'll run a few rounds like this and yeah, have one more check over, but I think we are looking absolutely sweet now, which is just a really good thing. Alright, everything has been running like a top. I'm just going to do a seed check. We're about 15 hectares into the paddock. It's only 30 odd hectares. We'll do a seed check now, make sure everything's looking all good. Hopefully then we can power through the rest of the paddock. I am kind of able to get a good 9.5 hectares an hour, which is pretty good going for us, because I can keep the speed up because we got no pre-emergence down or anything like that for the batch. So we can bore through it. Doing a good 9 k's an hour. I typically only seed at somewhere between 8 and 8.5 usually, but yeah, I could probably go a bit faster if I really wanted to, but you just start throwing so much crap around when you go too fast, and also the bar can start hopping a bit, which is not what you want. Alright, I think we are looking all good, so back to it. Well, so far that hydraulic cylinder doesn't look too bad down there, and I suspect it won't be too bad while we're seeding. It's when you fold the bar up and then you transport it, it's got all the weight on those middle cylinders, that's when it's going to leak more than likely. So I think, yeah, hopefully she'll hang in there for a few days. I think we should be right. Oh man, it is just super nice to be sitting in the tractor doing a bit of seeding. All the hard work, all the preparation, the maintenance to get everything ready to put the crop in, and then to be able to sit back and relax and watch all that hard work go to work. It's good. Well, doesn't that look pretty? First paddock just about done. I'm just doing the headlands at the moment. There'll be a bit of stuffing around, no doubt, but we are just about home and hosed. That is the final straight of the first paddock, and we are all done. Well, I tell you guys what, the 4:30 start is starting to catch up with me. Now, Dad's been out doing a bit of prickle chaining in that paddock, but he said it's not really doing a great job. He reckons the air seeder might go through those few little patches better with them how they are. They're kind of stuck down, you know, there's a bit of weight to them. He's just prickle chaining it and they're coming up all fluffy. So well, I think what I'm going to do now is put some fertiliser in this, top it back up so I can get the next paddock done, and then I'm going to drop the tractor out to that paddock so it's ready to go, because it's going to be another early start in the morning. I'll get up early. It's supposed to be breezy again, so I'll have to go early with that last pile of lime. We'll knock that off and then jump straight into the tractor, and yeah, look, I think I'm feeling like we're a little bit on the back foot at the moment, and the best way to get on the front foot is a couple of big days, so that's what we're going to be working on. We might come over here and see if this fur auger will fire up. I'm hoping that it will. I probably really need to take that battery off and take it over and give it a charge, but anyway, maybe we can keep limping it through. Whee! Saw some sparks from down here. Maybe we just got a dirty bad earth. Maybe that's part of the problem. I think that's probably what's causing my issues. Sometimes it's just the simplest things, and it was probably because I was over here at this time of the day that I saw a little bit of a spark come off the negative lead. So I naturally looked down there and I went, well, that ain't right. So we'll run this thing up to the paddock and then we're going to call it a day. And what a day it has been. I have been at it for about 15 hours, although I did have an hour off and went into the town in the morning to do a few things, but anyway, a big old day. I've just run up to grab my ute, and me and Dad have just been having a bit of a powwow about that paddock with the stubble. He's had a crack at it with the prickle chain, and it's it's really not making it any better. So we're thinking we're gonna have to go in there and burn some of those clumps of straw, because it's the only way we're gonna get through it. And I was really hoping to keep that tractor going tomorrow, but I think I might be doing a bit of burning instead. So yeah, we'll see. We'll just approach it in the morning, have a good rest. It's been a big day, and yeah, we'll go from there. But with all that being said, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching the videos. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel or you want to see more videos, just consider liking and subscribing, because that really helps us out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.